Good morning, listeners.
Don't you mean afternoon?
Or maybe it's night wherever our listeners are.
Or maybe time is an illusionary construct of human perception to distract us from the inevitability of our own demise.
Anyway, welcome back to Season 2 of the Colonel's Podcast, written by, as always, unpaid chipmunks spinning around on wheels attached to typewriters, which we somehow hooked up to computers. It's a terrible system, but still better than the Black Sheep.
Zing!
Wait, we have seasons now? It was Grant's idea.
You're welcome.
By the way, I'm Colleen, and this is Grant. Hope you all had a lovely winter break.
I had a wonderful Christmas break with the capital Christ, heathen.
Super don't care about you at all. Let's news up this popsicle stand.
Let's do anything except for that.
Cool. In campus news, UK students received an email about the recent school-wide ban on hoverboards. They're a danger to our campus, said UK official Richard Snores-a-lot. Hoverboards all around the country have been found to spontaneously turn into other previously banned items, such as rice cookers, bacon fryers, and lamps with plastic shades, and it's just not safe to have them on campus. I mean, we can't expose our students to that kind of nonsense.
Oh God! Help! Why?
Well, looks like Jessie's plastic lampshade got the better of her. Those are banned for a reason, Jessie.
In entertainment news, as everyone knows, the 7th Star Wars movie has been a huge success in theaters, breaking box office records, shattering spines, the usual. Many people were wary about the success of a sequel to movies that came out over a decade ago, but as always, the actors, directors, and producers pulled off another blockbuster.
My favorite part was probably when, spoilers, Troy Bolton turned to the dark side. Like, I always knew he and Gabriella just wouldn't work out, but damn, no one saw that coming. Until the Imperial Basketball March started playing quietly in the background. Talk about foreshadowing.
I won't. And that weird chick with the glasses and the hat and the piano and whatever.
You mean Kelsey? Gosh, Colleen, get with the program.
Whatever, you knew who I meant. Kelsey. Her reaction when Troy killed all those tiny Jedi kids.
They're called younglings.
Those tiny fucking younglings. Priceless. Just throw the piano out the window, why don't you? And Ryan's hat collection was, as ever, on point. You know, for a tiny spherical droid, he sure knew how to pull off a beret.
His beep sounded auto-tuned in this movie, though. Didn't have the natural ring to his usual vibrato, you know?
Okay, but you have to consider that actors get older. Not everyone is going to look or sound as good as they did 20 years ago when the first movies were made, okay? I think he looks better as a pudgy obloid instead of a sphere.
You're just mad because I like the prequels better than the original trilogy.
Better graphics are no excuse for shitty acting, Grant. Get your head in the game.
You know I'm right, though. You can bet on it, bet on it.
Getcha, 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 getcha,
thump her on the back, please.
Get your head in the game.
Guys, remember, we're all in this together.
No, stop right there.
In other news, scientists think they may have found a new planet outside of Pluto's orbit.
Do they want to give it planetary status and then rip it away?
No, and I'm so glad you're not still bitter about Pluto itself.
Pluto and I had something special, Grant, you could never understand.
It was discovered by one of the people who revoked Pluto's planetary status.
See, I knew it was personal.
Okay. In other science news, we don't actually know anything about science, so we captured some scientists in the wild so that they could speak more eloquently than we could ever dream to speak about the major issue of global warming.
The weather this week confirms that global warming is a myth once and for all. The 97% of climate scientists who had previously said that it was real have, in light of the damning evidence that it's really cold right now, admitted that it was just a prank, bro.
Darn, they got me again. Woo boy, did I get...
And now let's hear a few words from our supporters.
Has this ever happened to you?
Yes, I hate when that happens. It's the worst.
What about this?
That happened to me before and it ruined my whole day.
And sometimes, don't you just feel like this?
Well, no, that's disgusting. Why would you even bring that up?
Well then, do we have the product for you? Introducing Founding Father flavored nasal spray.
Oh, what?
Founding Father nasal spray. Tastes like an actual old white slave owner as it trickles out the back of your nose and down your throat. And by that, I mean it tastes like freedom and America.
I don't think this is gonna solve any of my problems.
Founding Father nasal spray comes in 3 fabulous, flamboyant flavors. Try Alexander Hamilton, a fruity scent that loosens your nasal passages like you loosen the passage of funds to the National Bank. There's George Washington, which combines the amazing scent of Windex with the powerful feeling of your nose being washed away by the Delaware.
But I like my nose.
And then there's Thomas Jefferson. This spicy, sultry slave owner-inspired flavor will shock some sense into your system and sluice away your snot.
All of that sounds really bad and horrible.
It sure is, but buy it, or else.
If you're anything like me, you're just dying to get a good night's sleep. Waiting for Mr. Sandman? Well, wait no longer. Sandman Incorporated is here to give your dreary old mattress an adventurous new upgrade. Buy Quicksand Mattresses. Quicksand mattresses come with a no-mess applicator that we pour directly into your pre-existing bedroom. Quicksand mattresses, they really help you sink into sleep. Warning, prolonged contact with quicksand mattresses may result in death by drowning, pneumothorax, or asphyxiation. One size fits most, no ropes or vines provided. See store for details.
And now back to the news.
In literary news, Donald Trump recently published a children's book about how his family celebrates Christmas, which has caused a huge controversy. In the illustrations, the Trumps are depicted lounging about on furniture made of their living, breathing servants. The servants that serve as the grand throne, sofa, and antique grandfather clock were depicted as smiling on every page. While most of the servants' faces displayed the gruesome grimaces that are part and parcel with bearing the massive girth of the Trump chump stumpy selves, the throne, sofa, and antique clock servants were expressly disobeying orders and smiling broadly, as if to demonstrate happiness with their employment and general status in life. Advocates for furniture people, or feeple, have spoken out in favor of the book, pointing out that the employees of Trump have every right to contort their facial muscles in whatever arrangement they wish, but Trump had the final say. "We don't pay them to look happy, we pay them to grimace in pain," said Trump in his press release last Tuesday. "Actually, dear, you don't pay them at all," Trump's wife pointed out quietly. After being threatened with deportation again, the wife returned to her designated wife corner.
In other Trump news, apparently Donald's hair isn't even backing him anymore. Said the real hair. When I heard Sarah Palin had endorsed Trump as a legitimate and viable candidate, that's when I knew things had gone too far. I knew I had to get out now just to save my own reputation. Things get real hairy real fast in the political world, you know what I mean? I didn't want to wig out or anything, but it's times like this that you have to pay the piper, if you know what I'm saying.
In local news, No Pants Blue, UK's largest no-sitting, no-stopping 24-hour sexual marathon, is raising money for the upcoming event. The bake sales featuring genitalia-themed pastries have just blown me away this year. Such creativity. And the stripteases outside of Whitehall are just fantastic money raisers. You really have to admire their perseverance, especially considering the weather we've been having lately. But what a worthy cause.
The fourth Democratic debate was held this week, and boy was it a doozy. Bernie Sanders kickstarted his full-on socialist revolution by reading out a list of all the bourgeoisie whom he had personally scalped that week, to many assorted oohs and ahs from the crowd. Hillary Clinton spent 100% of her speaking time repeating the phrase, "I am human," over and over, after which the moderator offered her a glass of water, and she accidentally tripped, spilling it all over her circuit board. Her butt. Circuit butt. Ha! What a human, am I right? Martin O'Malley almost certainly tried to say some things. Ha! Classic Marty. And, as everyone expected, even though he did not actually attend the debate, Lincoln Chafee stole the show once again. Hashtag feel the chafe. Hashtag ready for the chafing. Hashtag chafing hard.
And now on to Steph, our resident dating expert. Steph here has some tips to heat up your sex life in a futile attempt to warm your cold, dead heart.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about the art of sexting. Whilst sexting, the most important thing to remember is to only ever use emoticons. No text. Just eggplants and those cute little squirty symbols. The configuration of the eggplants and squirty symbols is essential. Like, eggplant then squirty equals sex, but an eggplant and then two squirty symbols? Washing vegetables. Too many squirties? Rain. Too many eggplants? The NFL. Also, make sure that you're sending emojis in a husky, sultry tone. Like, you could be like, smiley face. Or you could be like,
Smiley face.
Now, the most important aspect of sexting is, of course, sending sexy photos. For this, presentation is important. You want to highlight your bodily crevices, but you don't want to pick the obvious crevices. Your sexting buddy will appreciate your creativity. Behind the knee? Hot. Inside of your ear?
Oh my god.
Nostrils?
And now let's go to Madam vs. Skiddly Diddle with the horoscopes.
Pisces. Your fortune is hazy and confusing. Maybe you should stop getting like 5 fortune cookies every time you go to Fresh Foods. Save some for the rest of us. Aries. One must have a zen attitude about things that are lost. They will find their way back to you in the end, like that used condom from last week. You'll definitely find that later. I really don't know how you managed to lose it. That'll be a fun surprise in a couple of hours. Taurus. You will embark on new and exciting travels in your life. But first, you will go the wrong fucking way on the bus and end up in Louisville. Public transit is not that hard, Taurus. Aquarius. It's time to confront some important questions in your life, such as, if the first ingredient listed is whole grain, how bad can it really be to eat Count Chocula for each of my 7 daily meals? Madam Verskiddly-diddle. You will read the rest of the horoscopes. Leo. You are too cool for school, Leo. Unfortunately, this will condemn you to a life of flipping burgers at a burger spa. You don't want their delicate burger skin to get a delicate burger sunburn. Kansas. You are also too cool for school. I am sorry to say that you will die of hypothermia in the classroom. Virgo. You should really put some ointment on that rash. It's getting rather putrid.
For more news, horoscopes, and other assorted nonsense, our Twitter is an excellent place to be, at UKCOLONEL, or go to our website, theukcolonel.org, or find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube now. You can find the link in the YouTube description of this video.
We have a YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know that?
Anyway, follow our sister site, at Slugs of UK, on Facebook or Twitter.
The previous segment consisted of satirical content. All references to reality were fictionalized, and all personages were fictional, with the exception of public figures whose likenesses were used fictitiously. The opinions expressed in this segment in no way reflect those of the University of Kentucky, University of Capella, Eli Capri's son, the Kentucky Colonel, with a K, Founding Fathers nasal spray, people shaped like furniture shaped like people, or hexagons.
You can't put an audio file on a YouTube.